Wait, Jennifer, what are you using to like put your phone on?
Tripod.
I see. Okay.
Tripod.
I
And
see.
then
Okay.
this app that like lets you transmit the video you're taking from your phone directly onto Discord on the laptop.
What's the app?
Epoch Cam? EPOC.
Oh, I use that one.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, got it. So, you just paste the YouTube link.
I see.
Okay, sweet. We're live. Can you guys see?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
Gee, can you share your screen?
Me? Okay. Give me 1 second. Wait, what do I click for like frame rate and resolution?
Just do source.
Okay, wait. Go live. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait.
I can see your website, which looks awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Wait, can you still see this?
Yep.
So can you see it when I like click it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I just finished my website last week,
Whoa.
so I'm really
Nice.
proud.
Looks good.
Yeah. Cool. So do I just start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I don't have too many. But I'll just like go through from the top. So this was Venice. I mean, I like took a photo in Venice and painted it last year.
Can you tell us a bit about like the moment when you like the photo you took?
The photo I took?
Or just your experience in Venice? Just tell us about it.
Sure, I went to like, you know how people do the Europe tour where they go to like London, Paris, and like Italy?
Oh, is it?
It's like for like 4 days, 3 days.
Is it those like Chinese tour groups?
A little bit. I went on one of those when I was like 14 and I just like took so many photos. But yeah, I think originally the sky was like blue, but I've been really into painting like gray skies with like really bright buildings because do you know the game Play Dead Inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that game, so I'm trying to do more like cloudy skies.
Nice.
Yeah. And then this was in a parking lot. I was just like waiting for my mom.
Where were you? Where was this parking lot?
I was somewhere in Muskoka Woods.
Muskoka. Where is that? Is that in the west?
Do you know like Muskoka Lake?
My geography is really bad. Okay, it's in Toronto, right?
It's like
in the GTA.
it's like up north. It's like where all the cottages are, you know?
Okay.
Yes. Cool.
Whoa.
So this is also from a photo. This is like Bayview. Do you know Bayview?
Heard of it.
Yeah. This was recent. This was like maybe a month ago. I scanned this, but like I feel like the colors came out super strange.
I usually like push some sliders on Photoshop and just like make it closer to what it is in real life.
Yeah, I feel like wait. Wait, let me go to my Instagram for a second.
Okay. Aurelian Purdell, nice. Love that guy.
Wait, yeah, I feel like this is what it looked like more.
Oh wow.
You know?
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay, where was this?
This was City Hall, Pasadena City Hall.
Oh. Which corner was it at?
It was like, you know, you walk into the courtyard and then there's like a bunch of these arches.
Yeah.
It's like I think it was like on the left side, a bunch of these arches.
What made you want to paint windows? Because there's so much architecture there. What made you choose?
Yeah, because I feel like I've been there like a couple times now because I live like down the street. I can like walk to City Hall in like 3 minutes. But every time I go there, it's like everyone keeps painting the big architecture and like the front,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was like
that's
kind of bored of it. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll just paint like something more quiet, I guess. Yeah, and I like the reflection of the sunny courtyard in the window.
Could you see it inside? Were there like people walking?
No, no. And then this was Griffith Observatory. I think you were there. Yeah, wait, look, I wrote the date.
Oh,
9/20/21.
I think I was there. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. This is also from a photo. This is like Spadina and Dundas,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
downtown Toronto.
That's like the
Yeah,
McDonald's, right? On the right.
yeah, I think so. It's like Chinatown basically. Oh yeah, this is for the Chinatown chunky paper thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, if you walk this way, you go to Eaton Center, and then this way is Spadina. And then my friend lives here. But yeah, I had a lot of fun painting like the little people. Yeah, okay. This was a Chinatown platform, like the station in LA.
I remember this one.
Yeah. I've been really liking, do you know Kellen Jett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been really liking his stuff. So I'm trying to, I don't know, just like paint like brighter colors, I guess. This was from a long time ago, these two. I forget where they were, but it was like somewhere in Toronto with like
This was
a lot of
Distillery District.
distillery. Oh, I was gonna say brickworks.
So
But yeah, this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah. Good times. That was like when there was still heavy lockdown. Like, was this like the first time we went outside in like months? It was like
Yeah, was this in like
speed up.
2020?
Yeah.
2020.
Good
Wow.
times.
Okay. Oh, this was at the Day of the Dead festival.
Yeah. I wanted to paint
Yeah.
this view too, but the cars were just too interesting. There were like decorated cars right behind us, and I took
Yeah.
a pic.
Yeah, I also wanted to paint like the dancers, but I don't know, they kept like walking around, so couldn't find a good view. Oh yeah, this was Niagara Falls. I finished this at home, but this was like
Nice.
after everyone left, and I just like stood on the. I just like walked around and just like painted this.
This was like it was like a hydro dam or something.
Yeah, so it's like the waterfall is. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfall is like right here, and then people are like standing here to look at it, and then this is like if you go all the way across to the other side.
Man,
Yeah.
and your mom was so nice. She went all the way with you to Niagara Falls, and she just like
Yeah,
sat somewhere and like waited for us.
I love my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my mom. Okay, this was. Oh wait, I know where this is. This is a Young and Eglinton. Wait, is anyone here from Toronto other than Lyndon?
Any fellow Canadians in the chat?
Yeah, what's up? Toronto in the house.
Wow, really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like one of the Toronto public libraries.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was sitting inside.
I don't read, so I've never been.
Okay, this is really close to my high school. Yeah. Anyways, oh, this was I think Lyndon and Massey, you guys were also there.
Right. Yeah. This was like when we hiked. It was fall time. We hiked through the woods, and it was all orange everywhere. And this was like a little pond all the way at the bottom of the hike.
Yeah. These are so old. This is like 2 years ago. I was like 19. Wow. This was last year for Point April.
Where was this?
This was at a park by my house. So random park. And then yeah, this was like also in a random forest. I feel like I need to like figure out my scanning because this looks so purple. Okay, wait, I have like a few more and then that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so this was also for Plain April last year. There's also a photo I took in Venice. This is like some cathedral. And then I realized I like messed up the bird. I don't know. I just like smudged the red by accident. And then this was like I don't know what's it called in Chinese, but it's like the canned fish thing. 熏鱼. No, it's not that. Yeah? Okay, and then this is the watermelon
Nice.
painting. I feel like looking at my old paintings, I was like so colorful for no reason. And then this is a photo I took in Hong Kong. Yeah. And that's it. Oh, this was like
Oh,
yeah?
go ahead.
This was like we were painting like a still life. You and Missy, right?
This was during it was around Christmas and we wanted to paint something Christmassy. So I didn't have anything except like those ribbons, so I just slapped it on a bunch of objects and like
Toy cars.
This is Christmas themed now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have.
Can you tell us about the like those are like the Chinese opera dolls, right? That you like to paint?
Oh, actually, yeah, I watched, you know, like Farewell My Concubine? Does anyone?
No, I'm not cultured enough to know about that.
Farewell My Concubine's a really good film. Oh wait, Farewell. It's like talks about like the Chinese Revolution from like 1924 to like 1980s. And then it also centers around like this like a kind of a queer opera actors. So yeah, it's probably like one of my favorite films. And then I just did like some studies of the people. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, cool.
That was
Thanks.
amazing.
Yeah, I love this one. Okay, cool. Wait, how do I stop sharing my screen?
Just click the on the bottom. There's like a
Stop streaming.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Did I stop?
Yeah, you stop. Thanks, G.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Henry, you want to go next? Stream's loading. Oh, yeah, we see you. Wow, it's a tiny sketchbook. Oh, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Henry's extra quiet today.
We can do Jennifer first if you're figuring out your tech stuff. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Give me a minute to set it up.
I'll go.
Do you have more stuff to show, Alvin?
No, I don't.
Whoa.
Alright, give me a minute.
You're vertical.
Yes. Up. Okay. And then I'm gonna flip that. Ah, technology. Okay.
Yep, we see you.
Cool. Okay. This
Nice
is.
nails.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna start with these, Lyndon, in honor of you. And Amanda and Jojo and Amanda. So these were from Seattle back in October. And I was so enamored with how different the lighting conditions are up in the Northwest. And so I like didn't want to stop painting at all because everything looked so different and it was so cloudy and overcast, and there were just so many more opportunities to observe the colors that we'd never see down here in LA. And this was through the
So,
window of that coffee
Jennifer,
shop.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah?
The overcast in Seattle is different than overcast here in LA then?
Yeah, it's like more humid, right? And cleaner. So they have cleaner air, there's less smog. It's like always on the verge of raining. So it's kind of like the overcast has a different atmospheric color to it. Whereas here, I think when it gets overcast, it doesn't stay for long. It'll be pretty overcast, like as far as I've noticed, like early in the morning. And then if it is one of those like winter overcast days, it'll be smoggy
I see.
sometimes. Unless it's like a really clean like day after rain or day before rain kind of a day.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but my impression of like the Seattle trip was just that their atmosphere was so clean and like it smelled so good. And the colors were different too.
Mm.
Think yeah, this one was in Seattle. This was Pike Place, that market, that fish market. And this one I actually started in plein air, and then I ran out of time, so I finished the rest of it. I blocked in all the essential colors, and then I finished the rest of it from reference. And then this is Forest Park in Portland with Lyndon. So he has a rendition. Good times. He has a rendition of this one as well. We hiked like all the way down this like winding path through the forest, and like again it was like overcast, but it was like rainy and like really mystical. I don't know, the whole time I was up there I was just like, oh, I'm a part of the Twilight Saga. This is amazing. So for me, it felt like that atmosphere had like a purple blue tint to it, just because I'm so used to everything being like overexposed and extremely bright here, or just like generic gray. And then this is also a part of that road trip when Lyndon and I drove down and we made a stop at Carmel. And I wanted to show this piece because this was like, I don't think I've posted this one, but this was like a breakthrough day for me. We were painting the sunset at Bird Rock in along the 17-mile drive in Carmel by the Sea. And like it just, as I was painting, all of the colors started making sense, and I felt like I understood color relativity so much better. And then by the time that I got to this painting, it got really cold and my hands were freezing up, and I was just like, well, I don't need to render everything out or block out all the forms. I just need to capture the like essential graphic color of each important shape, because it's at this point running out of time, it was more important for me to take notes on the colors instead of doing like a complete painting.
Wait, I have a question.
Mhm.
So for the top one, like the green around the sun, did you actually see green, or did you just like feel it or paint it in there?
Yeah, I saw green and then it kind of like faded out to like a warmer neutral tone.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a really nice sunset. I'm pretty sure.
Can
Yeah, I
ask a
usually try to
tech
paint pretty close to it.
question?
Mhm.
Can I ask a tech question? Like, how can I see full screen of your
Oh, you can
video?
click on my profile in this voice.
Yeah, if you click on Jennifer's portrait, you can go full screen, or like her stream window, just click on it and you should go full screen. Or you can just watch on YouTube too.
Oh, okay. Is the link in Discord?
Yeah, put it in events.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Tuck this in. Here. Okay, and this was an earlier sketchbook that I finished filming a while ago. This is the sketchbook that came directly after that sketchbook. So this was probably end of October, early November last year. This is a sunrise early morning painting with a friend at Millard Falls. So if you go like up Altadena, I think, towards Millard Falls, the road kind of splits off and you can go the other direction to see like a really gorgeous sunset vista view. So before we went into the forest, we went up to paint the sunrise. And the view for the sunrise isn't particularly great, but I had a great study of just the side of the mountain. And then this is in Millard Falls that same day. And I think for the first time I understood how to like group together all of these really complex foliage scenes into like the essential shapes and the essential colors, and to capture the relationships of those the relationships of those colors and the effect of the light rather than getting caught up in every single leaf. And then that same day was the Chunky Paper Chinatown show opening. And so I tried to start a nocturne and then I didn't finish it. And then I did another nocturne, which is like right around the corner of Chunky Paper. There's this little like carousel thing for little kids. And I'm really fond of that memory because, you know, everyone who was there was like a warrior painter. And so everyone had their paints out or their sketchbooks. And it just felt so lovely to be painting together like at 8-9 p.m. On a Friday or Saturday. And then this one I actually cut out a page, but this is from the LA Arboretum in Arcadia. It was like, yeah, so this is like that question about like the atmosphere. Like in LA this particular day it was so smoggy that it made the atmosphere around the afternoon like super golden yellow. So it like made all of this background, all these background elements, like I'm not exaggerating any of this. It was literally like you couldn't see past like 50 feet or something. It started getting smoggy and atmospheric right away. And this isn't that far from this. This is just like a small pond or lake. So I really wanted to capture the super yellow atmosphere and then the way that it washed the background out into this like neutral brown purple, and to use these like lighter and less saturated groupings to really bring out the foreground element, which is my focal point, this really lovely bush that was being backlit by the setting sun. And to add like a spot of like cool gray to like really pop this bush out. This is from, so I live in a neighborhood that's like really surrounded by some gorgeous parks. So I just felt the urge to wake up one morning and do a sunrise. And so the sun was rising in the opposite direction. And this is like the other side of that sky sphere. These are my favorite mountains and this is my favorite scene. And I paint this scene all the time. So it's really a comfort zone for me.
Question.
But yep.
Are you going to use the rest of that page?
Oh, no, these are, I mean, here, let me see. Yeah, I'm already so far past it. Like, I think I'm just gonna keep it. Because before, in my other sketchbook, I would, like, go back and try to fill it. But I think I like this trend of, like, keeping it as chronological as I could. Not always. Yeah, is this bothering you, all this blank space?
You're not doing paper, Jennifer.
Here, it's a trick. Here, they're connected. I've painted it in already.
Wait, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Are both of your sketchbooks Cottonwood Arts sketchbooks?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I flipped it because lefties. Yeah, I love the sketchbook. I don't think they advertise it for painting. It's more for like people who use ink, but I really love it for painting, especially for like a quick sunrise like this. It's only like a 20-minute painting. So it's really nice that I don't have to do an underpainting and wait for it to dry. I can just like slap the paint on top of it right away. This is that same sunrise as the page before. It's just slightly more this way, and about half an hour, 40 minutes later. So I love the nuance of like every single 5 to 10 minute interval during a sunrise that the lighting changes so drastically. And also from these two studies, I noticed that sunrise colors are different from sunset colors. They kind of feel like cleaner and cooler. And that was a really awesome discovery for me. These two were from a warrior painter session at Lake Castaic that Angela hosted. And the lighting changed really quickly. I wasn't really feeling this one. And then I turned around and painted this one kind of like the shore of the lake as opposed to the lake itself. And I really loved that session because a bunch of us were painting with our feet in the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, just felt so connected to nature. And like, I felt like I was in what I was painting. This is Solstice Canyon in Malibu. This is another. What was it? This is where I was trying to like work on my neutrals and like not rely on the really vibrant colors I'm usually used to. So that was just really fun to be outside of my comfort zone and like push towards a different color palette that I'm not used to. And so these are the rocks for the stream, and then this is the reflection down and all of these like fall leaves. Same day, we went to Broad. This is like a failure sunset. Every time I look at it, I get angry because the light changed too quickly. I always want to capture the moment that the sun is about to meet the horizon and it's turning red instead of like glowing yellow. And I always start painting too quickly or too late. So this is an example of that.
Wait, how come you like to leave your tape?
Oh, this one's just unfinished, so I think out of rage I just ignored it.
Oh, I see.
There's no good reason. Or sometimes I just forget. This is that same after this, it was like a roller coaster. After this, I painted the moon scene that was like this way. So the sunset was here and then the moon was on this side of the shore. And I was really happy with this
I
one.
love this.
Wow, this one's so pretty.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
Wow.
And it's no time at all, and it was just one of those paintings, like those rare paintings where you feel like everything's clicking together. And yeah, like I understood which directions to pull the temperatures and the values of my paints, and so I just kind of started from the top of the page and like painted my way down from like each gradient.
Can you
then-
tell us what paints you added to mix each gradient?
Oh, it's probably like my my usuals, which is just a lot of like lilac and smalt blue and pink, as in like the title of the paint is just pink, all Holbein colors. And then probably like something opposite. This might be burnt umber, but just like a dab of it, right? Because if I added too much, it would have brought it out of this this color key.
How did you get that neutral band right in the middle of the sky?
I think honestly probably from whatever colors were already on my palette from this one and that one. So I just reached for like a neutral really quickly to mix into this blue. Reached for this blue purple, reached into a neutral and then added some white back in to balance out the values.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And then I love painting this moon because I noticed like there's like a little halo of light around the moon, so I tried to make that pink, and then the moon itself more of like a pale yellow white color. These, so 1, 2, 3. These were Griffith Sunrise paintings from the same morning. Yeah, so this is like early sunrise, and then this is very obviously a very smoggy day.
Wait, I think I was there.
Where
It was so foggy. Is this Griffith?
Yeah, I think you were there for another one.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't have those in this sketchbook anymore, or that sketchbook.
I remember the one, like the time I was there, I couldn't even see like 1 meter in front of me. It was so foggy.
Yeah. Oh, that was the first. I remember. Yeah, that was like the one from September. I think this
Yeah.
one is from November.
I think that
Um,
day was also really cool because eventually the fog parted and you could see like a shining cityscape like in the background as the sunlight's hitting it.
yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't see any of that here because it's very clear I avoid buildings. Um, but I remember yours, Lyndon. They were so good.
Oh, thanks.
This is Tree People, up Mulholland Drive, somewhere like adjacent to Beverly Hills or whatever. But it's this nonprofit organization that like plants all of these trees in this park, and the whole park is just really fun to paint. And this is one of those little corners where it's just like a tree on a hill, and I was like, "Ooh, tree!" And then this is the day that I painted like 6 squash paintings and a nocturne on heavy paint. So it was one of those like full day sprints. This is the LA River sunrise with everybody. Early sunrise. The same tree, the same spot. Like literally, like what 5 minutes later. And it's completely different and so much warmer. And then a different view. I walked over to the bridge to paint the river, but this is incomplete. I didn't finish blocking it in because the lighting had changed again. That same day, I went back to Tree People and painted this scene. And then after that, for the afternoon at Tree People, I painted these. These are some of my favorites because, like, I love the way that all of these greens warm up into like oranges and browns during golden hour, while the blue, like the sky, stays so beautiful and bright. And I was having so much fun, and I was so warmed up from like doing all of these that I was painting these two simultaneously.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
um,
With both hands.
with just one hand. I wish if I could, I would, but I'm so uncoordinated. Yeah, so these two were done pretty quickly just because of like all the warming up from all the other paintings. And I really love that because so these trees were like over here and these trees were like just to the right, and like there's just like a subtle shift for the sky color into like more of like a purpley like periwinkle color. This is Westwood. This is the Warrior Painter session that Amanda hosted. And we were sitting across the street at a donut shop where the kind man kept trying to kick us out. And then I was also like, I also want to paint like Kellen. So like I've been trying to work on simplifying my building shapes into something more graphic so that I'd have more fun doing that. This is back at the Arboretum. This is with Brenda. This is Switzer Falls with during a session with Michael, and we hiked for like an hour and a half to the waterfall, and then got there and got ready to paint, and then I was just like, I don't want to paint the falls that I spent an hour and a half hiking to. I'm gonna paint these leaves in this pond because they're so beautiful. So it's one of those,
You are
huh?
so weird. You're so weird.
Well, I know where these leaves are from. And then we had to hike an hour and a half back. Needless to say, I was so sore I couldn't move my body the day after for this painting.
Nice.
Yeah, but I was happy with it because I never paint like microcosmic studies like this. This is January, so that was November. This is January at Sycamore Canyon Park, right near where I live. So I was really surprised to discover that like all this nature was right there because I never really explored that park before. This is like super like Well, I live in a place that's foggier too, but like this is super for me like LA winter overcast. Just like less, just more gray. I don't know, but it was pretty rainy that day too. This is a Griffith Sunrise with Jojo and Anna. Again, you would not tell that I was at Griffith. This is like I could have done the sunrise anywhere. Yeah, and then some scribbles. Also, let me know if I'm taking too long. I just wanted to.
Take your time.
Cool, thank you. I want to try something different. So this is Tree People again, and I was limiting myself to a round brush, and it's so much harder for me to mix, and like I feel like automatically the restriction forces me to paint differently, and I have to design my shapes differently as well. There's buildings here that I still have to finish. But it was really cool because this was one of the first paintings where I was really consciously pushing my shapes and my colors to more than actually what I was seeing. So it was a really fun exploration. And this is that same day. It got smudged a little bit, but this is like the sunset clouds over the same hill. And I kind of ran out of steam, but I wanted to capture these pink clouds so badly that I decided to paint them anyways. I don't know. I mean, it's like, so when I take reference photos of pink clouds, it just never translates. So it's just easier to paint it. This is when I was entering like an art slump around January, February. So it's kind of like I was trying new things and I was feeling pretty mentally blocked. This is Matador Beach. And then this is the Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Echo Park. Some folks were having like a birthday picnic and I pulled out my paints and I painted this, and I had a lot of fun because I very rarely paint buildings. And then I'm going to show you guys the other one real quick. Also, please tell me to stop whenever.
Keep going.
Okay, this is a recent, so after Coast Cards, so during Coast Cards, I painted on my own, like I'd cut out Coast Card shaped crescent illustration board, hot press, and I became so fond of painting on white paper that I started doing it. This is the Stillman and Byrne Zeta series, the spiral one. They're currently still out of the perfect bound one. Ow! But I really love this paper. It is so smooth. This is a downtown LA painting with Kellen, Grace, Michael Eugene, and Michael. And it was nice to go with a group because I never paint city scenes, and it felt really grimy and super busy and like sensorially overwhelming. But I'd never had an experience like that, and I definitely want to build the mental stamina to do more city scenes like this. I had a lot of fun. And then I didn't finish it, which is why the tape is still on, but next time I think I would have liked to crop the composition in and just focus on this really beautiful part within that building. This is the view from a friend's apartment. I really wanted to paint more like Lyndon and like do more interior paintings for like a second, but I didn't finish it. And then this, so I think like 3 weeks ago about, LA was really cloudy and it was really beautiful. And the clouds are so beautiful that it like pulled me out of my art slump, and I was like, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling right now, there's clouds outside, I'm gonna go paint them. So I went to my neighborhood park and I painted this in kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 order. And the more I painted, the easier it got to like quickly compose, quickly lay down the shapes, and to figure out like the order that I was going to lay them in. Like, should I do the sky first? Should I do like a quick underpainting? Or should I just go straight in and like slap these cast shadow shapes on and then just like wing it around all of these spaces? So it's super improvisational because these clouds on a high wind day, they're moving so quickly that like oftentimes by the time I look back up, they're already different. So I have to come into it with a very clear idea of what I want to paint and be super fast about it. That same day, but later in the day, so after this, I went home to warm up because I was sitting outside for like 2 hours and freezing. I went home, warmed up, came back out, stayed in my car, painted this one, this is like a layer of clouds above, below the big clouds in the sky, like kind of closer to the skyline. So it was reflecting more of that like late afternoon golden color. This was in a different direction around the same time. And then that same day, so it was like a rainy day too. So like out the window of my car, I see this is like a huge towering layer of clouds above, and then this is all close to the skyline. So I knew it wasn't gonna last. This is like a rain cloud coming down. So I blocked all of this in super quickly, and then I did the rest of it at home from reference, because I knew that once I had this, that's all that really mattered. This wouldn't take that much work because this is such a simple shape. So all of this was on site. And then that same day, I painted these 3 sunset clouds.
Well, I love the first one, the top one.
Yeah, so this is
So
like
cool.
right after this was this. And then yeah.
Wait, I have another question.
Mhm.
How do you come up with your composition? Like, do you know I want to do like a panoramic view, or like sometimes a square?
Oh yeah, I just improvise. Whatever feels right at the moment.
Okay.
And for these,
Cool.
like I knew that they were gonna be changing so quickly that like I think for the next day I ended up taping some of it in advance. So like I knew which
Oh,
scenes I wanted
interesting.
to be bigger. I knew which scenes I wanted to be like, because I could easily divide this up into thirds or like sixes, right?
Mhm.
So I didn't have to waste time trying to tape it into something like more custom, which I
Mhm.
usually like to do. If it's a slower scene, I'll like take time and think about the dimensions and the ratios of my frame.
So do
But
you have
with
just like
this,
pre-taped blank spaces in your sketchbook?
now more than before, but now I really love the dimensions of the Stillman and Burn, so sometimes I'll like just pre-tape just the edges, and then that'll save me like a
Cool.
solid 5 minutes, right? And then I can just do whatever I want once I'm on site.
Yeah.
This is the next day. This is a warm-up that didn't go well. This is one that I really loved but wasn't finished because the clouds had changed. So that was Tuesday. This is the Wednesday of that week, I think. I love doing these because it really felt like I warmed up and learned so much from the day before. And I love these kinds of super poofy clouds. They're such a delight to paint. But actually, I really love all of these. But my favorites are the last 2, because I could really feel my value control improving for this one. And then for this one, I wanted to I love the composition, but also I wanted to create these like little wispy, softened edges. And so like usually I try to leave as much of the white of the paper. I don't know if you guys can tell. This is all the white of the paper for all of these highlights. I try to leave as much of it as possible and like really use the paper almost like watercolor in the beginning. But these wispies I added back in with like opaque white gouache and a little bit of this like gray blue color. Same day. This is like a midday painting. So after these, I did a big one because I felt super warmed up from doing these. And I noticed that like as you go down, it gets warmer, the sky. And what I wish could have been improved is like the contrast of these clouds are a little like a hair too high, because as it goes down, it becomes like very like atmospheric-y and like a lot less contrast. But I was happy with like how quickly I was able to block it in. That same day, later that day, I went out into the park. So those 2 pages were just from like the window of my house. These, and because it was really cold outside, these I went out into the park, and I thought I was gonna stay in my car, but then I was like, no, I already did that the day before. I want to be out and like get more control about the variety of vantage points I have. So I started here as a warm up, and then that was the sunset that was happening simultaneously, like right across uh, that entire kind of sky globe. This happened, and then right after that, this is the sunset, and then this scene is like to the left of that, but like 10 minutes later. And then this is like directly opposite across the sky. And I'm proudest of these two because this took so much like control of values and temperature. Because those clouds were like so close to blending in perfectly with the sky in terms of in parts because of the color and in other parts because of the value. And then this is my favorite. This is a nocturne at this point. And it didn't scan really well when I posted it, but I really loved like how cool the sky was in the scene that I was seeing, and then how warm this like big street leading up the hill was, and the glow of all of those street lights, and like dotting in these little cars. I really had a lot of fun, and that like so this hill is a bigger hill in front, and this is a hill in the distance. So it had all of these lights, and then I could use those lights to bring out the shape of the hill in front. I think that's it. This is a quick leaf study from Deb's Park with Valerie. That same day with Valerie. Yeah, I'm trying to push and be able to do more low-key colors because I know that my stuff tends towards the mid-key to high-key. Laguna Beach with everyone. And then last two, this is the Griffith Sunrise with a couple of warrior painters friends who were visiting 1 to 2 weeks ago. And then that same day, I went out and painted with Drew. This is Asusa Canyon, and it was 80 degrees outside, and my paints were like cracking dry. So this was one of those paintings where it's like so much harder, just because I was like, oh, summer's coming. Every painting is going to be so hard to do. But I had a lot of fun being challenged. Got a little sunburned. And then this was the most recent Vista Hermosa session that Amanda hosted. And I didn't want to paint the skyscraper, so I just painted some leaves. Oh,
Control.
see, buildings, I can do them. This is Chinatown a few days ago, but as soon as I blocked all my shapes in, they turned the neon lights off. So I'm going to have to go back and finish these. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thanks for sharing.
That was awesome.
All right, Henry, you fixed your audio issue?
Hello, can you
Hey,
hear
we
me?
hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yep.
Yep. Great. I don't paint as much as Jennifer.
No one does.
Lyndon,
This
you
is
do.
maybe Lyndon. This is my first watercolor sketchbook. It must be like 7 years old or more
Whoa.
at this point. My address. Screenshotted it. This is a study from True Detective with watercolor.
Damn.
Some girl during Chinese New Year. A painting I did from imagination based on Neil Gaiman's Ocean at the End of the Lane. Some characters. And in San Francisco, I think.
Who's the person? Who's the girl?
Some random person sitting there. Also in San Francisco. This is my friend Julie. She has hair down to her butt.
Man, so this is where the hot girl portrait started 7 years ago.
Maybe. This is also my friend. I think that's durian tree. This was also
Well,
painted.
durians?
Durians grow on trees?
Yeah,
Oh,
Wow. Did not know that.
yeah, they can fall on you and
oh,
kill you.
oh.
Wow.
What is smelly death?
Yep.
I forgot what this was about. A failed painting of a chick leaving the nest. Some biker lady. More classmates.
What's a friction?
It's a pen that you can erase
Oh,
with friction.
Whoa.
I think this was a photo study somewhere. This was at Overfelt Gardens in San Jose. Something from imagination.
Like, do you know Aaron Weisenfield?
No,
Oh, your stuff reminds me of that person.
thanks.
Guy who paints super emo paintings.
Sure.
How would you describe
Atmospheric.
it? Okay.
Wait, where can I like type that name?
Just put in text combos. Whatever.
Okay.
This was a sunset at outside the local zoo. My friend and my friend's shoe. This was outside San Jose State.
Nice. I like cars.
Forgot where this was. Oh, Happy Hollow. These were at Emmerpush Farm. I love this place because you just get to see so many animals and poop.
What?
Zoo stuff.
I like that thin rim light when you just left a gap.
Classmates. Decapitated snakehead.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to explain?
It was just a random shape. T, I think. Well, this was at the Japanese Garden in San Jose. Where this is in Palo Alto, there's a really small zoo, and I love the tortoises there. When you see them feed, they give them like really nice salad. This was also at the Japanese Friendship Garden. So did a photo shoot here. Yeah, I did a photo shoot with my friend Manuela.
Looks like Caroline.
Not in real life. Allen Rock Park.
Whoa. I like this one.
Chinese barbecue shop. San Francisco when Maleficent was playing. My friend Olivia.
Do you do all these like live? The portraits?
The portraits, no. Is yeah, definitely from photo. But most of these are like plein air. the landscape ones. This was at History Park, and I didn't do buildings all that much, so I didn't finish this one. Photo studies outside San Jose States. My friend Chun. Olivia painting at the Bamboo Garden in Stanford.
Great ankle mobility.
Yeah, I can't do that.
A skull? I visited my friend Katie's place, and she collects a lot of skulls and weird stuff. Vietnamese restaurants.
Oh, is that like that sauce?
This was like chicken soup.
Mm.
Statue somewhere. History Park truck. I painted this multiple times. This was also at History Park. McDonald's girl. That is in a Buddhist temple. And Overfell Gardens on the right. Chapter at History Park. My friend's foot. Some more animals and at Emmerprush. Cow. More tractor. Bunch of chickens. Characters. I was really obsessed with Ocean and at the end of the lane. This was at a cafe. My friend Cleo. This was at a Buddhist temple.
Nice. Man, you're making me
Emmerprush
want to do
Shadows.
more watercolor. I love how like soft everything looks.
Thanks. Yeah, these are really fun to do, but animals move all the time, so it's pretty difficult. Unfinished portrait of my friend. Pig and a cow. Egyptian Museum. Rosebush and my friend Chun. At a cafe. At the beach. This was in an apartment near San Jose State. And that's my friend Tamara. I'm a character. People. Family's Friendship Garden. Bigger painting at San Jose State. That's Lansing. Yeah, I think that's it.
Nice. Thanks for sharing.
Cool.
Okay, Amanda.
Cool. I'm gonna go, but everyone's sketchbooks was so cool.
Oh yeah, thanks for sharing, G.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Bye.
Alright, I didn't set up my camera, so I'm just gonna hold it up and show it. This sketchbook starts at the same place that Jennifer's sketchbook started, which was the road trip in October. I'm gonna start out by saying we had just done a workshop with Mike Hernandez, so I was trying out new techniques. So the style of my sketchbooks changes as we go. It's going for like more looser, quick paintings at the beginning. So we started our road trip. It was Jojo, Lyndon, and I, and we stopped at a gas station in Bakersfield and did like a quick painting. This is the same day. Later on, we went. We arrived. No, yes, it was the same day. We arrived in Yosemite, and it was really smoky there because there was a fire going on. So the sun was really red, and the colors were really interesting because it was all like grays and yellows and like burnt pinks and oranges. It was just like a weird atmosphere going on. Then same day, in the valley with the same sky. It's like this odd color. Then this was the next day. We did a hike with a view of Half Dome. I think we pretty much killed Lyndon. And this was the first time painting with one of those like water brushes. That's just like the refillable water brushes. So that was a struggle. Same day on the hike down, we did a couple other quick spots. This was the following day. There was like a view of the valley. After we did another hike. We continued up the coast, and this was called Humboldt Bay. This was like a 15-minute painting of a sunset, and it was freezing out, so I was trying to do this as quickly as possible. This is the following day. We stopped in Oregon at Haystack Rock. Once again, it was very cold and windy, so if you look really close, there's actually like sand embedded into the painting because the wind was blowing so hard and sand got everywhere. But that was a lot of fun. This was a painting in the car because once again, it was very cold and foggy and stormy, but Jojo braved the elements and painted outside, but Lyndon and I painted inside the car. This was also in Oregon, and this was not a complete painting because we went to a place called Fern Canyon, where they filmed part of Jurassic Park, and it's really cool and beautiful. But when we sat down to paint, I actually got stung by like a hornet, so didn't finish this painting. And we met a guy there who worked for Blizzard, who ended up giving me like Advil on the hike back. But yeah, never finished this one. Yeah, because I was feeling sick, so got up right after being stung and didn't finish that one. Then on to another one that I never finished. Was it the same day or the day after? We were driving up the coast and then our car broke down. So we stopped at a Toyota dealership. And it was closed and we had to sit outside in the rain and wait for our friend Amanda to come pick us up. So I started this painting, and as you can see, there's rain on it, and I just was so discouraged I never even went back to touch it. I just left it as this sad, weird blob. Then the next day we were in Seattle, so we went to Pike's Place Market, and I did like a little street / city view there. Met up with Jennifer the next day just to do a hangout day, and we were planning on painting a lot, but we ended up just talking most of the day, so we just did like a quick, like few quick paintings. The next day, this is also another grumpy painting, or not a great painting, because we all went to a cafe together at Pike's Place Market, and I was trying to paint this piece, and I had two friends on either side of me, Lyndon and Jojo, Lyndon and Jennifer. Wait, who was it? Jennifer, and they were all annoyed that I squeezed my paint tubes from the middle instead of at the back, rolling my paintings and bursting all my paints, and ruining my paint tubes, but I love them so much. And then, so as you can see, I didn't quite finish this one because I was very distracted by two wonderful friends bursting my paint tubes. But doesn't matter because all those paints got stolen right after, so we're good. This one is from a cemetery in Hollywood with Jennifer McChristiansen. And then this was a super fun, really quick painting with Lyndon and Jennifer came by my house to drop off all the stuff from their road trip back because I had flown home. So we did a quick painting at a park nearby. This one was Point Dume, a beach day did. This one was from the same day. There's all these birds on this rock, and that's their poop right there. But it looks pretty in the sunset colors. Then we did a painting like Jennifer. I wanted to start doing some paintings like Lyndon of interiors. So Lyndon came over and we did a painting of my kitchen. This is when Michelle hosted a warrior paint session at the Safari Inn. This was the same day we all went to get boba after. And then this is a sunset painting at Vasquez Rocks with a few people. Thank you. And then right after we went to this really cool neighborhood. Because this was in October, right? Yeah, this is October. Where it is an Imagineer who decorated his whole house like the Haunted Mansion. They actually made like robotics and lights and music that are all coordinated. And so a group of us went to go paint that house, and we actually got to talk to him and hear his story. This is Echo Park. Went for sunset there. This is at Disneyland. Very excited. It was like my first day being an employee, so I was very excited to use that pass. This was at Michelle's house, just some plants in the corner. This was the nighttime Chinatown scene. I think G had the same location in her sketchbook, I think. This was a garage painting, washing machines. This was the paint session that Angela hosted at Castaic Lake. This is the same one where we were all painting like half in the water, like our feet in the water. So that was fun and relaxing time. It came out kind of odd, but it was a great, like the actual painting was a little funky, but it was a wonderful day. This was a sunset painting at Frogtown, and the colors are really cool that day, so I like the way this one turned out. And then right after is a fail painting from the same day as this, right when it was getting dark. We had some other people show up, so we stayed late, but I didn't have any lights or anything to work with, so I could not see anything. So this was a very got home and I was like, ooh, didn't know what it looked like, but you win some, you lose some. This was at Christmas time in my living room. This one was a sunrise painting at Griffith when a group of us went. And then this one was from the same day, just like 15 minutes later or so. And I thought it was really cool to see the color changes. And I thought these colors were like the sky was like a really interesting goldeny green color. This one was another sunrise painting at the LA River. Another sunset painting. What's this inn called, Lyndon? San Gabriel Mission. This one was another sunrise painting at Griffith Observatory, and I think this was, the last time, like the last painting while Lyndon was here, so it says last sunrise. This one, we all went to Knott's Berry Farm, or a group of us went to Knott's Berry Farm, but we were so tired from doing the sunrise painting like the day before, and there was just a lot going on that we ended up not going on. We went on one ride while we were there, and we just ended up painting while we were there. But we got the Knott's Berry Farm chicken dinner before, which was really good. This was the paint session I hosted at the Fox Theater. Yes, with the owner who was not happy with us, so very stressed during this painting. Wanted to finish it as soon as possible so he could get out of his way. This one is another Vasquez Rocks. I went with Q and Kita. This one was Griffith Observatory. I just went one afternoon. And then Brenda, she wrote me and she wanted to go. So I think the next day went back to the Griffith Observatory and painted the opposite view of this, looking away, while she painted looking up at it. And I think this one, like this painting, was kind of a breakthrough painting for me because I feel like I started painting differently a bit as far as like figuring out how to paint like hills and just greenery in general. Then I went painting with Mike Hernandez, and I was so not stressed, but just like trying to focus on talking that I kind of forgot about the painting, and so it kind of turned out like a blob, but that's all right. Then I went on a trip with Jennifer to Santa Barbara. We just got away for like the Christmas vacation, just to like go get some good food and explore the beaches and stuff. So this one was a fun, like kind of overcast afternoon. Lots of good food.
Good
This
food.
one,
So much good food.
yeah, so much good food. This one was just a kind of golden hour freeway scene I did at a place close to my house. This one was New Year's Eve at the Huntington Gardens, and they have like a disc garden, so it was fun. Snuck paints in. I don't think I was supposed to paint there, but this one is at a park near my house. This was the first painting of 2022. And then that same day, I was so energized that I went to do another painting at a spot looking over the freeway. Did this one. And this one is just a neighborhood scene. This one, I think, was the Lunar New Year. So I went to the Sconso Gardens, and they had like the lanterns up, and this was like right around sunset time. This was my first sunrise painting of 2022. Went back to the observatory. Then I went on a trip to Lake Tahoe. So this is called Mount Talak there. This is a morning painting. I got in before work. I was working remote. Then this was a lunch painting I did, and this was like an ice river right here. So I was kind of scared it was going to crack, but it was pretty frozen, so didn't die. This one was really fun. I was like right on the edge over here, but like it had been frozen for a long time, so I was just being paranoid. But this one was really fun and relaxing to do, and it was fun. These ones were like some of my first paintings, like going out in the snow, so it was fun figuring out how to navigate that and not have, because I think this was like 20 degrees out or something. Yeah, so painting with big fluffy gloves on, that was an adventure, and figuring out how to make sure waters and paints don't freeze. This was at a spot called Emerald Bay in Lake Tahoe. Drove up really high and then painted this view, which I've been wanting to do for years, but this is the first time getting to do it. There's another late afternoon painting, still Lake Tahoe. This one was a fail painting where I went out onto a dock at sunset, but the wind was so cold and freezing that I had to stop it before I finished it. But while I was out on this dock, this is like the icy shore, this guy walked out from one of the cabins and then just tripped down and went into the lake while it was freezing winds, and I don't know how, but somehow he went swimming in this lake.
What?
While I was like had gloves and hats and everything and was still freezing and had to go inside. But yeah, good memory. I was very confused how he could go swim and not die. But and this was my last painting of the sketchbook, which was the view, another view from Lake Tahoe. But yeah, that's I only brought one sketchbook, but that was I have another one after this, but it's not finished yet, so I'll show that some other time. But yeah.
Nice. Something to look forward to.
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're out of time, but thanks to everyone who came. Yeah, we'll have another sketchbook show and tell next Saturday, probably the same time.
Cool. That was fun.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for hosting.
Thanks for hosting and thanks for